I've had the base iPhone 16 for about 4 months now, and part of me regrets not going with the Pro model, and I wanted to share why. The main reason I went with the 16 this year is because honestly, I was just bored with iPhones and I wanted to change it up even just a little. So I decided to go with the new ultramarine color, and honestly, for the most part, I've been pretty happy with it. I rarely take advantage of the Pro features, and I don't use my phone for any client work, which is why I felt safe going with just the base model, despite creating video and photo for a living. But first, let's talk about my experience with photos. Are they good enough? Some of my settings, and if I wish I had the Pro model for photos. And to keep things simple, I am fine and happy with the iPhone 16 in terms of photos. This iPhone doesn't even shoot Pro RAW like the Pro iPhones do. It shoots in Heap Max, I believe it's called, which essentially is just a higher res image compressed into a more manageable size. It's not as good as Pro RAW for editing, but you can still touch it up a bit. Again, typically I'm using my iPhone camera if I'm getting a quick picture of my dog, if I'm out and about without my actual camera, or if I just want to get a quick story for social media or something like that. As far as my settings, I always have it at the 24 megapixels Heap Max on. I never take live photos, and I'm also playing around with the photographic styles that they have. I like the gold tone. I like my photos a little bit warmer. These photographic styles remind me of film recipes, which is what I think they were going for, which is a really smart move because of just how popular the X100 cameras and film recipes and JPEGs are recently. My XC50 has these film recipes, however, since it was my dedicated photo camera, I would just shoot in RAW to get the highest quality. And now that I have the A7R5, I can start using the XC50 in a more casual way and just shoot JPEGs, which is something I've never done, and it's also nice that I can mimic this on my iPhone with photographic styles. I have no issue with the iPhone photo quality, and to be completely honest, I didn't even know I didn't have Pro RAW on this phone until I started making this video, so no. Pro RAW is not the reason I regret not going with the Pro model. The reason is Apple ProRes Log. For the most part, I am not someone that uses my phone for video. And if I am taking a video, 9 times out of 10, it's a video of my dogs and I'm sending it through Snapchat to the 4 or 5 people I still send Snapchats to. And looking through the few videos that I do take on my iPhone, most of them have been quick B-roll shots for my YouTube content or content for someone else. The quality is fine, it's passable, but obviously you can tell it's iPhone footage and I don't really like that. I want to be able to color grade my footage and match it to my cameras as best as I can. I don't often get content with my phone, but when I do, I don't want it to stick out. I am always looking for smaller, easier, and quicker ways of getting content, so it would be nice to use my iPhone since it's the camera that is always with me. I also have the DJI Action 5, and this paired with the iPhone can be a really good duo and enough for a simple YouTube video or a vlog. I have some ideas planned around these two, so definitely make sure you're subscribed, you don't want to miss those videos. Sandmark sent me this anamorphic rig for my iPhone, which is pretty crazy, and I am in the process of testing it. I am going to make a full dedicated video on it, but just from the test, I can already tell that this footage is going to look wild. They sent me their anamorphic lens with a gold flare and a mounting case, a set of ND filters so that I can dial in all my manual settings, a film rig because who doesn't love a cool rig, even on an iPhone. Just messing around with this rig, I can already tell that this could be a really cool B-roll option if I wanted to keep things really light, really simple, but still get that anamorphic look. But again, what would make it even better? ProRes, so that I can color grade the footage. Despite me complaining about not having Apple ProRes Log on my phone, there are other ways to make your iPhone footage better. For example, you can dial in all your manual settings, just like you would on a camera, and that would really help. And for that, I've been using the Blackmagic app. I'm a 24 frames per second person, but sometimes for short form content, I do switch over to 30. So I'm always either in 4K 24, 4K 30. As far as the shutter angle, you always wanted to use the 180-degree rule, so 1/50 or 1/60. And then for the ISO, I always try and keep that as low as possible. If you're really serious about improving your image quality, camera or iPhone, learning the exposure triangle is definitely a must. So coming back to the iPhone 16 video performance, it is good for quick shots, YouTube, B-roll, but it's not good enough for my client work. However, that shouldn't be a limitation. You can still get really good video with the iPhone 16, especially if you dial in your settings with the Blackmagic app, or if you use cool accessories like the Sandmark anamorphic lenses. Having just the base iPhone 16 shouldn't be an excuse to not get good images. In my case, I think I've tapped out the max image quality I can get in an iPhone, and I just really wish I had ProRes Log so I can get that next level image. We're still months away from the new iPhones being released in September, but I'm pretty sure I'm going to go with a Pro model next year. That is if I don't switch from Apple. I've been an Apple fanboy for the longest time, but Pixels are looking pretty cool, and I've really been tempted by nothing phones. Let me know what phone you think I should get and why it's better than an iPhone. Alright, I'll see you next week.